Hello everyone, Kaylee here. I am just in love with HDRI backgrounds. What are HDRI backgrounds? Well, recently, Configura released a new feature under the realistic category in PhotoLab where you can use a background, and if it was HDR, then it would take the light from that image and apply it to your space. So I have a few images here and they are just stunning. I have the same room. I just applied a different background to each room. And depending on what background I applied, the light and the mood changes dramatically. And I initially was under the impression that you were only stuck with the HDR images that were loaded into CET. But as you can see, I recently found out that you can actually download your own. And as you can see, you're kind of like, you kind of have to do some test renders. You get sometimes some unique conditions. This one applied a lot of yellow, but I am just absolutely in love with this little sunset one. So what I'm referring to is underneath the realistic category, we have our background here, and we can pick an HDR background, and it will apply that picture. Now, if you want to load your own HDR backgrounds, I'm going to just go into advanced mode here, and underneath advanced mode, we want to go all the way down to background, and I'm going to go to panorama. And here in Panorama is where you can import the background that you choose. Now, this is where I was confused because when I chose import, it looks for a JPEG format. Now, the JPEG format doesn't apply the lighting to the space. What you want to look for is this EXR format. So you need to change your drop down to this EXR. But you're like, Kaylee, where do I go get obviously, look, I've had some fun and downloaded some. So I really like the site Polyhaven. So if you go out to Polyhaven and you go click on the HDRIs, so you can browse HDRIs. So once you browse those HDRIs, you can see you want to make sure you find one that is has a CCO license. That means that you can use it without royalties. You can just use it within, for free. And when you click on the background up at the top right, you want to make sure you're downloading that EXR format. So all you need to do is just hit download and it will bring up the location you want to save it. I created a folder in my CET documents called HDR Backgrounds, just so they would all live in the same space. So save it. So once you're back in PhotoLab, you want to import those files. So just click on the import, and then again, remember to check EXR, and then you can load your files. I have a few loaded here, so I'm going to just click on this first one here. It's sort of a cliffside setting with some clouds. If you don't like the view that you see out your window, you can adjust. We can kind of look around the space and maybe get a different perspective on the space. Maybe we'll see what this gray cloudy area looks like. And you can also adjust not only the X, but the Y. So if you're feeling like you're not really sitting on the ground, or, if you rotate it enough, you can be up in space. You can adjust that level there too. Um, Feature request would be I would like the ability to zoom in or out of the image or background because sometimes you get into a situation where the scale is a bit off. Once you're ready, let's hit that render button and we'll see what this one looks like. Well, this is quite interesting. You can see it found a little bit of sunlight in this image that didn't appear in the image sort of in the background, but it's getting sunlight from somewhere. So this is an excellent opportunity for me to try. I just recently saw this cloudy overcast option in lighting and shadows. So I'm just going to click that and we're going to give it another render and see how it looks. Oh, wow. I'm actually quite surprised. That did its job. It kind of gave it a more softened and subtle look. There's still a little bit of sunlight there, but maybe there's some sun peeking through those clouds. So I hope you enjoy these HDR backgrounds as much as I do. They really do add a nice character and flavor to your space. So thanks for watching. And as always, have fun creating.